welcome back to my channel, and if you have watched any of my videos before, thank you so much, and if you're new, thank you so much as well. Just big all-round thank yous to everyone that wants to listen to me talk about something that I love, which is vintage fashion and clothing and old things. I love old things just so much, so thank you so much. Now, your eyes aren't deceiving you. I know it's been a long time since I created a video for my YouTube channel, but that is about to change. So this is what this video is about. It's sort of a brief recap on the year that is almost over, mind-blowing, 2021. And really, since I last created a video, which I actually generally can't remember it was a long time ago, so I apologise for my lack of creating. I don't know why, because I generally love talking to you and like hearing your thoughts, and like the fact that you watch me blows my mind, and like commenting on my videos, and I love reading them. It really is just the nicest feeling, and I cannot thank each and every one of you enough, which is another reason why I have felt so sad that I haven't been making my videos, because I generally love doing them. I love talking, obviously, probably given, and I love running my vintage shop. It is literally my hobby that I get to call my job, so how lucky am I? So yeah, what a year, what a like 18 months, absolutely crazy time, isn't it? We have had a year, Auntie and I, like everyone obviously, so as you can tell, and I probably just said, I think a second ago, I'm now sat in my very own personal studio. Mind blown. Now, I have been running, or I decided on a whim. I have an idea, decide to do it. Literally, that is the amount of time it took me to name Ada's Attic Vintage, and I did it. I don't know if I have ever told this to anyone. Because when we were kids, me and my little sister would just never get up for school, obviously, like all kids. And my poor mum, bless her, she would try every trick in the book to get us up for school and not late. It was literally at the end of the road, but we were so hard to get up. We were late all the time, so she used to drive us and stuff. So she would invent all these like old-fashioned names, because that's what my family likes. So Ada, Ethel, Basil, you know, you get the gist. And say, oh look, oh Rach, Kate, like there's a stray cat on the doorstep. Just come in, quick. Let's go in there, see her. So you know, Ada's downstairs, hence the name, Ada's Attic Vintage. Decided I was going to start a vintage shop. Did it. Ada's Attic Vintage took less than half a second. That's how I came up with my name. Don't know if I love it now. What do you think? But you know, it is a name. Did Apple like their name? Bet they do now. Does it really matter? Don't really think so. But what do you think? I know. So that's how I named Ada's Attic Vintage. And actually, it will be 10 years ago I did that. Next March. So what was that, like 5 months away? Doesn't seem like that long, actually. It's crazy. I literally can't believe. And I started it with £20, and now I moved into my studio on the 17th of October, and now I get to take my photos inside, which makes my photo editing and video editing so much quicker, which makes me more productive. It means I have all my stuff around me, makes my wrapping easier, and just general life easier, because we also sold our house in August 2020 and moved out this June, just gone, and the house that we went to buying fell through for the 3rd time. So we're back living with a family, which is obviously we're so grateful for and so lucky for that we've been welcomed back with like open arms. But Aunt's from Birmingham and my mum is from Nottingham, so we are separated, so to speak. So for me to have this actual space dedicated for me to actually run my vintage shop from is so necessary. I need this space to be able to take my photos, especially with the weather now. It's like so cold here. That's why my new BFF is the radiator. And just like other things, like I just need like the fact that it's inside. I have like studio lights. I almost feel like a professional. Almost, not really. It's just like so nice. I can fully concentrate, no distractions, so it's so much better. So yeah, it's been a literally crazy time. In between us, like, obviously we're still looking for a new house. We want to do a ripper because I've always dreamt of like renovating our own house, putting a stamp on it, really making it your own, and probably imagine / guess that having anything shiny and new doesn't really do it for me. Old, crumbly, wonkier, the better. Bit of patina, all over it. Dust, love it. Shiny and new, no thank you. Oh, it even rhymes. So that's what we're looking for on our house hunt now, which isn't going great. Yeah, I don't know why. We're gonna, obviously we'll be in Birmingham, that's what I class as my home. I have lived there since I was 19, so 16 years now, which I can't believe I've lived there for that long actually. I don't feel that old, so to speak, but yeah, I love it. I love living in Birmingham. Everyone's so friendly, it's so cool and creative, there's so many cool parts to it, and like I love like the laid back Brummy attitude. Like, people know it's a good city, but we're not going to brag about it. It's just like, yeah, you know, cool. So yeah, so many cool places. So still be like South Birmingham size, so like Kings Heath or like Shirley, Solihull area. So that is still going to be my neck of the woods, and that is still going to be like where we were based when we moved, and then I will have my studio there because currently at the moment it's in Nottingham because that's where my mum lives, and technically I live at the moment. So yeah, and it's so cheap, £175 a month. I think that is a bargain, love it. And it is in my hometown called Long Eaton, which is where I grew up. So if you've never been, it's a hard one to describe because it's like in between Nottingham and Derby, so more or less equally distanced from both, but it's classed as Nottingham, but Derbyshire. I don't know how that even works. NG postcode though. And there's like loads of like creative industries and stuff around here. It's really known for like sofa making, upholstery. There's loads of really beautiful Victorian factories and stuff around here. So there's like loads of cool business centres and just loads of industrial estates which look kind of nice for an industrial estate. It's just really quirky place where you get so many different types of people and just a real mash of things and people and stuff. So it's kind of cool. I actually do kind of like it actually. It's fun, definitely unique. I've never found another place in my life that is like Long Eaton. Would it make a travel must visit list? Probably not, so don't come out your way. Please. But it's cool, and I'm so grateful because I managed to find this amazing space which I can now call my studio. This is where I'm going to take my videos from, do my vlogs and all stuff like that, which is great. And in between us like living with our parents, we also started to use trusted house sitters to pet and house sit. Weird, I know. Bit unusual maybe. Weird, maybe weird is a bit harsh. But actually it's amazing. So we moved out at the end of June, then we rented on Airbnb in Pershore in Worcestershire. So it's like 45 minutes from where we used to live, so it's good for house hunting and stuff like that. And it's so pretty around there. Beautiful Georgian market town. It's so pretty. It's definitely worth a visit. It's tiny, but it's beautiful. It has a really pretty abbey in the park, which is called Abbey Park. I can't think why. Did that, and then the place that we rented, it was really nice, but tiny, really tiny. Like, I know we're tall, but like I could touch the ceiling, probably actually with my head on my tiptoes. Not ideal, but you know, it was good the fact that we could be together, have our own space and stuff like that, because it has been so stressful, this whole house moving fiasco, dilemma, nightmare, whatever you want to call it. It is so stressful, like dealing with a chain when it breaks down on you, and unreasonable people kind of thing. It's just been a very stressful experience for us. I know we're not alone. I know this happens to loads of people, but it's just, yeah, so stressful. So, and especially not living together, or even where you can go and see each other each night, because obviously, you know, we've lived with each other for 8 years, so then not to be able to see Anthony each night seems weird almost, doesn't it? Like, you know. And then, you know, spent lockdown, he's the only person I saw for the best part of a year. So it seems strange, but we're pleased that we made the decision to actually sell our house. Our first house, which we bought, we were first time buyers. That was empty. That was a dream in 6 weeks. This one, we offered on it. The one that fell through 3 times. On the 4th of December last year, obviously, 2020, just to clarify. And now it is the 3rd of November and still no end in sight to our house hunting. So apply to go on location. We obviously need the help, so we'll see, but you know, I think it'd actually be weird to be on telly, because I actually might think that someone might be watching me, which would be weird. So I probably wouldn't say anything. But yeah, so yeah, so we decided that, well, my sister actually has done like house and pet sitting on Trusted House Sitters before, so she sort of recommended it to us, and obviously we have our beautiful little baby angel girl Olive, our little dog, so I thought, you know, it's easy for Kate, she's just on her own. There's like a couple and we both work from home and we have our little dogs, which I have to be with Olive, she is my heartbeat and love of my life, as is Anthony obviously. Yeah, so we thought, you know, she had like a discount code she could give us, so it made it £75 off, £75, sorry, for the whole year's membership. So we did that, thinking, you know, £75, it's worth the risk, isn't it, for £75 just to give it a go. You know, if it doesn't work out, maybe we could just use it, because we went to Chelsea Flower Show, which is what Anthony bought me for my birthday. So even if we was to just be able to use it for that, and then, you know, we'd already be saving money, because you can't stay for like a weekend in London for £75 for 2 nights, can you? So we're like, okay, I'll just give it a go. So wrote our little blurb, added some photos and stuff like that, travelling as a trio obviously, and we have had the most wonderful experience on there. It is so cool. I actually never fully appreciated how cool it was to the opportunities that site would give you. And Kate has done quite a few, my sister, and she's stayed in some like amazing places, but yeah, we have had like some wonderful house sits and beautiful pets to look after. The first one was an amazing, like, I think it was Regency period. Can you imagine? Oh. Like, that just blows my mind. That was something that old, and I got to live in it for a month in London. Oh, that's so cool, literally amazing. I could not believe my luck, really. And guess who scored us that house sit? Oh yeah, Olive, because she looks so much like their little dog, who's also a little Chihuahua cross. And yeah, they did look so alike, and they absolutely loved each other. So we spent a month in August in London in this amazing house, mansion really. You know, girl from Long Eaton living in a mansion, mind blown. And then we went to the Cotswolds straight after that for almost 3 weeks, which was beautiful. Lived in this really like little hamlet of houses, really very isolating actually, and I always feel like I'm a city girl through and through. I love the fact that here I can walk anywhere, even though I can drive obviously, but like I love that freedom of being able to walk places and stuff like that. But so I never thought I could actually live so isolated, but it was so stunning around there. Actually it made me realise that I could live further out than I ever thought. And then where did we go after that? Then we went to Kensington, which was very nice. Lived about, at a push 3-minute walk to old Will and Kate in the Kensington Gardens, the Kensington Palace. Crazy, isn't it? Crazy. Literally can't believe it. Up the road from where Bieber used to be. Now, it was just sort of like the location of that place was unreal. So we literally walked everywhere from there, and it was just amazing. Literally, I still can't believe it now. It blows my mind. And then we went to Kent last week for a week, and we're off to Salisbury for Christmas for a month. So you'll be seeing me in lots of random houses, this is what I'm telling you. And totally, you should give it a go, because even if you just want to, even if like you're like us, like you're waiting for your house to find a house to buy / purchase to go through, this is an excellent way to save you money, because we paid £75 and for our rent. Obviously we're very lucky for the fact that our mum and dad's, well, my mum and Nancy's mum and dad aren't going to charge us rent to live at home, so we're very, very lucky with that. So we spent £75 for rent since July. So not too shabby, eh? Not too shabby. So yeah, it has been actually way better than I ever thought, and I'm so pleased Kate suggested it to us, because not only have we got to like experience these, like actually living in a city, like all my family are from London. I'm actually the only person of my family that's never lived in London. So it's actually been really nice for me to like actually live there. Like I lived there when I was a kid, like with my nan and granddad for like a few months before my mum moved up to Nottingham. But obviously I was so young then, I was like 2 or 3. Obviously I don't remember it and stuff, we just come back from Canada. So it's actually been really nice for me as an adult to live down there, and obviously it's given me a great opportunity to go and find stuff from like different locations and different areas and stuff like that. So that's been really good, and meet interesting people in the Cotswolds in this little hamlet. I got to meet this really cool lady. She lived in the farmhouse of the hamlet, and I got to buy the most amazing 1920s hand crocheted, obviously, wool vest, waistcoat, whatever you call it, body warmer, gilet, that her mum made and had. So how cool is that? I'm pretty sure she was like 88 or something. So I love that. It's been in the family for like 100 years, and then I get to buy it. And I would never have bought that before, like the house sale hadn't fallen through and we hadn't decided to do this just as house sitters, because I would never have met her in my whole entire life, and she would have never have found me really. So like, it's funny, isn't it, how things work out and stuff like that. And yeah, I bought so many cool stocks, like lots of cool stock, obviously, if I don't say so myself. And yeah, it has been stressful, and you know, I have, you know, let it get to me at certain points, I'm not gonna lie, because it has been very stressful. But I'm over that now, onwards and upwards, and I am back here in my studio and all these houses that we get to house sit in, and then even maybe our own at some point in my permanent studio, creating videos for you. So this is the whole purpose of this video. I would love to know what you would like me to create for you. So I'm thinking, I did like a poll on my Instagram, like not a poll, a post, and asking like different sorts of content people would like. So I've had some really good suggestions on there. So I know on here I was doing like my mini sort of weekly docu-series about my life as a vintage shop owner and like everything that I do kind of thing, which can be cool when I get to go to these amazing house calls or out thrifting and whatever. Or, you know, sometimes I am just wrapping sales or in the post office queue, or you know, editing photos and just things like that, and things that I learn whilst I am trying to like build up my business so I have the best vintage shop in the world. That is my goal, and I will achieve it. And like just different things along those lines. So that seemed quite popular. What do you think? Please comments below. And then also I also want to like share my knowledge and love of vintage clothing, fashion, with you. So I will be doing more style videos from like I have done in the past, and then like how to introduce vintage to like non-vintage wardrobes, like introduction to vintage kind of thing, how to care for your vintage still, share my knowledge on designers, construction, and all the things that I don't know that I know almost. I know that sounds a bit weird, but because I just do it all the time and have that natural interested in it. Like, I love it. Like, I want to know everything about vintage that there is to know. I'm not working, I am still on my phone researching stuff because it's my true love. Like, I love it. This is like my hobby, really, that I then get to call my job, which is so lucky. Like, there's not many people that say that, so I fully appreciate it. So yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. But please, if you probably have way better ideas than I do, so please comment below, or, you know, contact me on any of my social medias, which I'll leave below if you don't want to leave a private, no, public comment, and then I will probably just do them straight away, because why not? If you give an idea, you might as well do it, mightn't you? So for me to set up my studio, it cost me the grand sum of, not including the rent, £50. So the rail was like 25, and then I got that off Facebook Marketplace. Handy little site that is. Local pickup, bit of a deal, bargain. They didn't want the rail, I wanted the rail, perfect. Then I already had my old frame, so I haven't included that in the price because that frame has worked hard for its living, it really has. And I bought that years ago, I can't remember how long ago, but it was a long time ago, and it was like £20 or something, so I'm not including that in the cost. And then I used just a curtain from IKEA, which costs like £6. Then a little glass desk for me to wrap and work on. Then this frame here, stand, is like £20 from, no, £25, sorry. Also, we're on 55, aren't we now? From eBay, which actually I already had, but I'm going to include it in the price. And then my mum had some old lino in the garage, so had that for free. My sister had some very handy studio lights, which I have borrowed from her. And then I already had everything else, so that's pretty good, isn't it, really? So not too shabby at all. As well as last year, when I wasn't making content and just being a miserable git. Sorry about that. I won't do that again. Auntie and I also started our own plant shop. So apart from vintage, I love anything green. I love a plant. Now, you may have seen in my previous videos that there was always like a houseplant behind me or around me, or in any of my homeware photos is that huge Swiss cheese monstera plant, which I absolutely love. Now over 6 foot. Reached above menstruation as well. Oh yeah. So yeah, I absolutely love plants. I love gardening. That's one of the reasons we wanted to move. We wanted a much bigger garden because our old house was really small. It was a perfect house for us to start off with and stuff, but we desperately needed more space, especially with us both working from home. Obviously, as you can see, like, I have a lot of stock for Ada's, so our house just literally felt like it was shrinking every day. And then we started this plant shop called Wild Ivy Plants and it was great, literally amazing. I got to buy loads of plants that I like the look of, kept a few too many, so literally felt like I was living in a jungle, which is goals, isn't it? And yeah, it went really well actually. So I think we started it around February, March this year, and we had quite a few sales and it was going really well. It was on Etsy and it still is, and so like garden bulbs, outdoor plants, indoor plants, anything I like the look of basically. I only buy what I like, which is my rule for my vintage shop, so it was a rule for our plant shop as well. And we were like little packaging elves, created our own slogan, green up the gaff if you're interested. And yeah, it was just really fun. It was going really well, but obviously we're moving out of the house, and that was like my side hustle. Wild Ivy's a side hustle. Ada's is a full-time gig. You get me. And we just did not have the space, you know, because it consumed our house. Like, it took up a whole bedroom, and then I had Ada's in the other bedroom, and the amount of parcels, I filled my beautiful Fiesta to the roof, you know, only space for the driver to go to the post office. Thankfully the post office man liked me. And to inflict that on my poor, wonderful, very understanding mother was just not fair, especially because my mum and my sister are the two wonderful, amazing people in my life that have always supported me, so I'll be forever grateful and will repay them, I promise. And they will be the ones that get to send out my orders to you lovely lot whilst I'm house sitting. So yeah, that's what's been going on with me. What about you? So yeah, please do let me know what you would like to see from this channel, because I really want to make it the best channel possible for you. Not for me, for you. What do you want from me? Just let me know. I'm going to give you a little bit of a whiz around now so you can see the studio in its full glory. Are you ready? Let's go. So, as you can tell, it's not massive. It's like 11 foot long and like 9, almost 10 foot wide. But to me, it's literally the biggest space in the whole entire world. It blows my mind. Me, who started this vintage shop with £20. When I mean I started with £20, I truly did. We just came out from travel and I had absolutely no money. That £20, I was like, ah. That was a lot of money. I still think £20 is a lot of money now. So like, I truly mean it. I started with £20. Now has their own studio. Mind blowing. So if I can do it, so can you. So thank you so much for watching this video. Welcome back to myself. Sorry, I didn't mean that. I just say things that come into my head. Thank you for bearing with me, for watching this, letting me rabble on, explain myself and my weird life. But yeah, it really is about you guys, so I want to make sure that I'm creating the best stuff for you. You're going to get all my best content, the longest content that I do on this channel. So if you haven't subscribed now, this is really the time to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I really want to share my love for vintage with you. So if I can get one of you to love vintage as much as I do, or even just 10%, I've achieved my goals. So, thank you so much for watching. My name is Rachel and I shall see you very soon.